Hi, in today's video I'm going to show you practical examples what you can do within a Direct Blendtree. We're going to be making 7 different things. A basic toggle with one condition, meaning for example turn this off when this is on. We're going to make a basic toggle with 3 conditions, so we can see actually like how we can like layer this to have multiple conditions. We're going to be making a basic U-shift. We're going to be making an INT toggle, also a material swap between 5 materials, and we're going to be making a hue shift that also swaps into black and white. So that's a bit complex. So let's go right to it. So first we're going to be making a basic toggle, and also the first thing that I'm actually going to do, in case you don't know how to make Direct Blendtrees at all, I'm going to just make a blend tree and show you how to do the basics. So I'm just gonna make it a Blendtree tutorial parameters. I'm gonna make some parameters. I'm gonna also make a menu that we're gonna use. Tutorial menu. I'm gonna also, oh there we go, nice. I'm gonna put it into my avatar menu and parameter slots. Now I'm gonna create a animation controller. I'm gonna call it Blendtree tutorial effects because we're gonna be doing all of this in the FX layer. And I'm gonna put it in the FX layer slot right here. So first thing that we need to do is to add a parameter, a float, and it's gonna be called weight tree Blendtree weight. There we go. And you need to set it to 1. This is the only parameter pretty much you're going to be setting here. And you have to set it to 1. And this one you don't have to add to the avatar parameters at all. This just has to be here. So we go to layers and we got a new layer called Blendtree. Actually, let's call it Direct Blendtree, since that's the actual correct name of it. Set the weight to 1. And then you right click and create state from a new Blendtree. And you double click it here and you change it to direct and you add new Blendtree, and here you have to select the Blendtree weight parameter for all of these you're going to be adding. We have only one parameter now, so that's quite easy, and we just leave it as it is right now. And if you double click, you're going to see how Blendtree is going to be formed here. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to make a toggle, and I guess I'm going to make a toggle for turning on and off of the glasses. So I'm just gonna make, oh actually let me delete this here. There we go. I'm just gonna go create animation. Emit glasses off. I'm just gonna make also glasses on, and this you basically make 2 clips with only 1 frame. It's not complex at all. Then you go back to your FX layer, which is here in the Blendtree, and then you click here into the function, and the parameter you select is currently the Blendtree weight. So we're gonna add a new parameter, and it's gonna be a float, and we're gonna call it glasses toggle, and you leave it as it is, and you have to do this as a float, and I'll explain why in a couple seconds. But in your parameters you're gonna put the same name of the parameter, glasses toggle. You're gonna make it a boolean, and the thing is you can actually do this, it's gonna work, because between all these controllers and parameters a boolean can convert into a float, and an integer INT can also convert into a float in this setting, which I'm going to be showing you a bit later. So you see this is bool, you go to the Blendtree again, and this is float. So now we're going to be getting here, and you change the parameter of the Blendtree itself to glasses toggle, and you add 2 motion fields for on and off, because a boolean is basically true false, right? On and off, 0 1. So it literally translates 0 and 1 into a float of 0 1, you know. So we go first off and second on, and you can see how the blend tree is getting created here. And now we're gonna actually put into our project the gesture manager emulator, which is gonna show us if this works or no. But always when you do this, when you go into play mode while having gesture manager on, never have your blend tree open or the FX layer at all open in the animator. Like click something else, for example this thing. Because if you don't, it's gonna not work for some reason. I don't know why, but that's how it is. So let's go into play mode real fast. I'm gonna show you how the toggle works. And it will not work because I didn't add a button to my menu. So let me do that real quick. I'm gonna make a toggle, glasses toggle, call it glasses toggle. And now it's gonna work. And we just let Unity work for a little bit. Alright, there we go. So you can see the glasses are now off, and I can toggle them on and off. And you see we had a boolean in the parameters and float in the FX layer, and it works. Next one, I'm going to show you how to basically have a toggle with a condition. For example, if toggle number 1 is on, you cannot turn another toggle. And it's probably better if I actually show you what I'm doing than, like, you know, talking about stuff without any evidence to show. So I'm gonna add 2 parameters this time. I'm gonna add condition 1, which is just gonna be like a supplement thing. I'm gonna show this on. And I'm gonna do, for example, shoes toggle. I'm gonna toggle my shoes so we can visually see what I'm doing. And you can also see I have no legs, but that's another thing. And we have them both on booleans. So I'm just gonna put them again in my FX layer as floats this time. Always the same, actually. And this was shoes toggle. It was, right? Let me check. Yeah, it was. So now I'm gonna actually create my animations. So I'm gonna do shoes off. Just gonna do this real quick. And it's the same thing. You just have 1 frame animations. I go back into my FX layer and I add another blend tree right here. Don't forget to have this on blend tree weight. And I'm gonna add first my condition. So basically it's a chain, right? For example, let's say, let's see, what can I toggle? Let's say I have some long pants and I don't want my shoes to be toggleable when I have these pants on. So that's gonna be the condition. So I'm gonna select it here, because first I check for my pants, and then I check if I want to toggle my shoes, because, you know. So first I'm gonna add a blend tree and a motion field. So why do we do this? So it's gonna check if my condition 1, aka my pants, are off or on. And if they're off, it's gonna go this way into the next blend tree. And if they're on, it's gonna go this way. And this way we want our shoes to be off always, if our pants in this condition 1 are on. So now we continue to the blend tree that's like here. You can also double click it, but I prefer to do it this way so I know what I'm actually editing. And here you change to shoes toggle, and you add 2 motion fields in the same way as the first one, on and off basically. Now you're checking if your normal shoes toggle is off or on, and you're toggling the shoes off or on. So let's see. Oh, you actually need to add it to the menu again. Condition 1 I already added, but let me add the shoes toggle. There you go. Now we can test it. Alright, let me get to my gesture manager. You can already see my shoes are off. So the shoes toggle works. And now let me turn off my condition 1, which will be my pants that I don't have. And see, the shoes cannot be toggled. But if I leave the shoes on and I turn up the condition, they're gonna turn on because it checks for the chain of the blend tree that we have. Our little chain. So that's how it works. And you can essentially put as many conditions as you want. You can also switch these around. For example, if you want your shoes to be toggled only if this condition is on, you can do that as well. And you can also do another thing that I'm going to show you. I think that's actually quite interesting. So next I'm going to show you how you can trigger instead of on and off for what we had as pans. We're going to have a, let's say, a hue shift, just a radial, you know, little circle. And we're going to toggle our shoes only if the value of this hue shift or whatever is between 40 and 60%. So I think that's actually quite interesting. It might be quite useful. So let's go. I'm going to show it to you. It's quite nice. I actually like this idea very much. And I just thought about it right now. So I'm just going to add our float, because for a radial we need a float. We're going to call it hue shift. And I'm going to copy it. I'm going to put it in the menu already so I don't forget about it. I'll make it a radial. There you go. And I'm going to add it as a float into here. And I'm actually going to edit this one. I'm going to change it from this to this. And I'm going to add another. Let me see, how many do I actually need? Yeah, I need 3 more, and I'll explain why very shortly. Yeah, there we go. So now we're going to do the magic thing, and we're going to actually change the thresholds. And what are the thresholds? You click, uncheck the automate, and you can actually type these values here. So what this translates to essentially is the percentage in your radial menu, which goes from 0 to 100, like as you know. So we can basically edit these to 2 decimals. So you theoretically have 100 of options. And now we're going to tell this FX layer when it should continue to our toggle for the choose check. As we said, we want it from 40 to 60. So actually it's better to start from this direction upwards, because so it doesn't change all the values on its own. And you go from 1 to 0.61. And actually I need one more. And I'm gonna, see it broke everything, so I'm just gonna do this and do the same thing again. Now I'm gonna do 0.6 to 0.4. And this one is gonna be 0.39. And I'm gonna take my shoes off and put it in here. So we can see that this beautiful thing, don't be scared by the way, it's not that bad. It's gonna turn my shoes off every time this hue shift is between 0 and 39%, and between 61 and 100%, which is 1 here. And if it's 0.206 between these values, it's gonna go in one of these Blendtrees. And we're just basically gonna copy the same thing in both of these Blendtrees. So I'm just gonna do it here again. And this is quite specific, but I'm pretty sure some of you can find a use for this, because I'm just a messenger. I'm just showing you how to do it. Anyway, time to test it. Let's see how it works. Or it doesn't. So we're gonna go into our gesture manager, and I'm gonna toggle my shoes on, and you can see they're off. But let me go to, see, I'm 47%. I'm gonna go slowly to 60, 61. There we go. At 61 it's still there for some reason, so take that into account. It probably goes 001 before it switches hard off. There we go. So see, it only toggles my shoes in this range, just like we told it to do, just like we did it. So I hope you find this quite useful, and I'm going to show you the next thing. So next I'm going to show you a classic, very easy hue shift. It's much less complex than what I showed you before this one, but I'm going to show you anyway, because it's, you know, one of the things that you can easily do here. So I'm going to create my animations for my hue shift. I'm going to go hue shift 0, and we're doing a 1-frame animation. So I find my material, I scroll down to heck, you know, through the Peyomi thing, and let's see. I want to, for example, hue shift my matte cap, like the red color on my shirt. So first I'm gonna actually enable it and animate it when locked. Now I'm gonna record a 0 value, and I'm gonna create a new animation, hue shift 1, and I do that to, what is it, 100? No, it's 1. So I'm gonna change it to 1. I go into my Blendtrees again, and I'm actually gonna use the same hue shift parameter we already have to show you. You can use one parameter in like all these different like layers in your Blendtree. You know, can reuse it, I guess. So I'm gonna add a new Blendtree. It's Blendtree weight again, and here I'm gonna change to hue shift and just add 2 motion fields. It's basically the same thing as with a toggle, really. But the thing is, we don't do only on and off. We go through the 0 to 100 spectrum. So our wheel is going to actually do this. It's going to go, you know, all the way, all these different positions, which means it's basically mixing between value of these 2 animations, which is 0 and 1. So basically this is a 0.2, this is 0.5, 0.75 or something. So the hue shift is going to work. So let's see. I have that in the menu. Okay, I can show you right now, and you can also see how the shoes toggle on and off in the range that we specified before, while we do the hue shift. So again, in the gesture layer, I'm gonna toggle the shoes, and look, we're changing, and then our shoes appear between. This is a nice color actually. Wow, I actually like this. Anyway. Let's continue and see, when we go above 61, it just toggles the shoes off. These are a bunch of nice colors actually. Peyomi actually changed the hue shift method, how it's like calculating the colors in version 9. So it's, yeah, I kind of like it. I think it's better. So that's it. I'm going to show you the next thing. So for the next thing, I'm going to show you how to do an INT toggle, and I'm gonna do it for a material swap. I'm gonna be changing the material of the shirt. So first I'm gonna add my parameter. It's gonna be an integer, and it's gonna be called shirt material, and I'm gonna add, let's see 3 buttons, why not? And I'm gonna add 3 buttons. Is that enough? Yeah, there we go. So it's gonna be shirt material 1, int 1, shirt material 2, change it to value 2, and shirt material 3. I'll change it to 3. Okay, and we're gonna go into our Blendtree and add a float, because integers also translate to floats in between layers, so this is fine. First let me do 3 quick animations. Shirt material 1. Let's see what I can find. I'm just gonna do something really simple. Let's, for example, let's do this one. Hello. Oh, there we go. Shirt material 2. Let's do something crazy for sure. And shirt material 3. I'm just gonna do like a nice black one, I guess. For sure. Okay, there we go. So now we go to our FX layer again. And we actually do the Blendtrees setup. So I'm gonna add another one. And I'm gonna add no, I'm gonna add actually, yeah, I think 3 is enough in this case. Let's see if it works. Go to shirt material, and we're gonna change the thresholds to 3, 3, 2, 1. And I think this will work because we are not going between 1 and 2, for example, in like all the decimals, like 0 0.1, 0 0.2. We go straight from 1 to 2 to 3 using the integer toggle. So let me just put my shirt material toggles in the slots. And you can add as many as you want, really. Integer has 255 values, I think. Don't add 255 material swaps, please. But you know, to illustrate what's possible, you can theoretically do this. So now let's test. And I know quite a lot of people use this for example, switching between different shoes, or you know, tops or pants or whatever. So this probably be quite useful. I want my shoes on though. So let me just my shoes on. And let's see, I'm gonna do this. See how it changes between our nice materials? I quite like this, but that's not the point here. The point is to see how this works. So we can do an integer toggle like this in Direct Blendtree. And now I'm going to show you the next one. So now I'm going to show you material swap, but using a float, meaning you have your radial circle window in your controller. So we're going to add a new parameter, and we're going to do basically, now we're going to be changing the material of the skirt. So we don't interact with what we set up for the shirt. So I'm going to add a new parameter. I'm going to call it skirt material. I'm going to make it a float. And I'm going to add a new control. I think that's the last one we can add. So I'm going to add a skirt material. And I'm going to make it a radial puppet. Add it here. And I'm going to add it in my FX layer as a float. So now I'm going to make a couple animations so I can show you how this is effectively done. I'm going to make skirt material 1. And actually I'm going to make 5. I really want to show you how this works. Oh, I didn't want to do that though. Is that the slot? No. It's this one. It's really reflective. It's strange. What about this? That looks better. Alright. Skirt material 2. Skirt material 3. Just gonna do, for example, skirt material 4. Just gonna grab this one. And skirt material 5. I'm gonna do a fancy one like here, so you can see the change. There you go. Now I go into my Blendtree again. And let's see. You add another one, like DJ Khaled. And for every swap, you have to add 2 motion fields. And that's because we're going to be defining the range between when we want each swap to, you know, toggle happen, you know. So I add 5 toggles, so I need 10 of these. I have 6, 8, 9, 10. Let me see. Is that 10? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it is. So now I grab my animations in, you know, in pairs of 2 like this. Add the 3rd one, add the 4th one, and the 5th one. And now we're gonna not automate the thresholds because that will not work. And we're gonna change these values. So if I want this to be the same for all of them, I have to divide number 1 by 5 because I have 5 toggles, and that's 0.2. So that means I need to do these in the increments of 0.2. So I go like this basically. 0.6, 0.59, and this, you know, it's a bit of math, but it is what it is. 0.2 and 0.19. Oh, that not the one. There we go. Ah, there we go. Yeah. So basically, what happens is that, you know, when you have 0 to 19%, it's gonna be swap 1. Between 0.2 and 0.39 is gonna be swap 2. It's gonna go all the way to 1, which is 100. And don't forget to change this parameter to the one that you're actually changing in your menu. So let's go to plane mode and oh, I didn't want to do that. I didn't exit my FX layer preview, which is important because it will probably not work. Look, let's see. Actually, it works. Interesting. Well, I guess I learned today as well. But see how I'm scrolling my control and it's changing my materials. This is quite nice actually, the red, white and black combo. But anyway, that's how it works. And now I'm going to show you the last example. And for the last example, I'm going to be showing you how you can change this hue shift slider to not only do the full scroll through the hue, but also change the color to, for example, white or black, or basically changing the material completely. And it's basically combining all that we did kind of before. It's an extra example, like a bonus, I guess you could say. So let's get to it. I'm not going to add any new parameters because I don't need any. I'm just going to be editing my hue shift here. But I'm going to make 2 new animations. I'm going to call it shirt white. And what we're doing is that I'm going to animate. Let's see, where do I have my, oh yeah, it's down here. I'm going to animate to this white color. I'm going to also do shirt black. And I'm gonna do, yeah, sure, why not? I'm gonna go full black, what the hell. But I also need to go to my hue shift 1 and change it to this value that I want on it. Because if I don't do that, it will probably stay white. You basically have to do this on the touching ends of the, you know, the Blendtrees setup really. So I go to my Blendtree and I edit my hue shift and I add 2 more motion fields and another 2 for 2 of the settings. So where do I have this? Shirt white, I'm gonna drag it. And shirt black. And let's say I only want 5% for each. So I'm gonna go 0.95, 0.94, and 0.89. And 0.88 to 0 is gonna be the actual hue shift. So you can basically set these thresholds to whatever ratios you want, and here you see like the little preview. Because here it goes through all the colors, here it's white, and here it's black. So let's see, and I'm not sure if shirt material I have any red ones actually. Let me check this. I think I changed all of these. These are going to be overriding. So I'm gonna quickly change this one, this animation. Okay, like this way, and there we go. So now let's test it. There we go. And let's do our hue shift. And see, now it goes to white. And now it goes to complete black at the end, last 5%. So that's all. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll talk to you in the next video.